Okay. Wednesday recap. So going into the day, I was bullish. Wanted to see how we reacted off of this level first. If we just kind of went through it, these highs would be my target. And we looked like we were probably going to go there today, but we did not. As soon as we swept that high, uh, you know, we got some rejection down, dropping down. We swept it actually overnight, got displacement down into the range, and inversing all these 1 hour gaps. So, you can target like these lows or something down here. Um, all the London highs and lows are all up here. So yeah. So we did get a reaction, but I still kind of wanted to see some longs. That was just my bias going into the day. Uh, we did create an SMT pre-market with London highs right here. So, um, also another thing to add is just Nasdaq was more bullish, so we wanted to pay attention more to that. We put in S&T with that London high. Let's see if there was something to take. I mean, straight up off that 5 minute inverse or wait for the 5 minute tap, take it to these lows. That's super simple. Look at all these S&Ts we put in. Holy shit. Like it was really showing us that like we want to go lower, bro. Like it was like we want to go lower, dude. And I was like, okay, dude, whatever. Didn't listen. Um, up on the 1 minute real quick. All right. Yeah, so this fucking read right here, right? Inversing all these gaps off the SMT, didn't sweep out anything huge, retrace to the big gap, and then rejection out of it. Even though it is an inverse, this is a perfect reaction that I would like to see. And I'll probably take it to those equal lows right there. Free market trade number one, banger, right? We come back up, we put in another SMT, and then we get a nice inverse right out of that. We inverse this gap. Not too cleanly to be honest, but still with the SMT, it's not bad. Um, you know, take it to these lows, 2RR, take it to London lows or whatever. 3.75R. Really good trades. This is the idea I was thinking actually was right here. Um, you put in an SMT, Nasdaq swept out this low, NQ didn't, and then we got this is actually market open now. We got a huge displacement, ran through this gap, right? And change in state of delivery. Um, Literally haven't seen this like as I'm looking to trade it. So this is the first time, and I was just like, "Is this it?" I don't know if this is it. Uh, it was it, and you could take it to there, but my target probably would have been, let's see. I honestly, even if it filled you, I don't even know. Like it tapped it absolutely perfectly, so I don't even know if that would have filled you. Um, but okay, probably go for these highs. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So that would have been the trade. Wouldn't break even anyways, but that was a very good model. And then we have put an SMT at the highs now, and then we inverse this gap, which in my opinion, looking back at price action, I hopped on after market open. I guess I didn't have enough time to really analyze everything, but I think looking back at it now, like pre-market was not obvious, but I should have been leaning more towards short than long. Reason why I didn't take this inverse right here was because I was still long biased, and if it played out, then I would be short biased, and then by that time, holy shit, I'm already too late. Um, but yeah, so you put in another S&T inverse. If I've noticed anything from this, when you put in an SMT and then you inverse whatever gap, like the most important gap or whatever, you're gonna go lower or higher depending. So, um, yeah, was I saying? Yeah, but if I did take this, stops would be at this wick, and I would take it to see the targets. Yeah, I would take it to these lows. And then if I wanted to hold a runner all the way down here, but that's crazy RR. I don't need all that. So like a nice 2 RR trade right there. Not bad. Previous day low was literally right here, right? And I was like, okay, we're getting a retracement, whatever. ES wicked the 5 minute gap right here, and NQ didn't, but still, like there was I'm not gonna enter on this. I can't enter on that, you know? And then we tapped into a 4 hour gap after sweeping previous day lows, and we're also in a daily fair value gap with bullish structure on the daily time frame. So now that we're in here, if I found something clean, I would take a long to like rebalance, right? And this was pretty clean to me. We know we retrace, we chop around a lot. We don't necessarily get through these gaps, but we retrace down into I don't think there was a 5 minute gap, but no, there wasn't a 5 minute gap, I remember. There was no 5 minute gap, but there was a 3 minute gap that we tapped and then we got a really clean reaction out of. That to me means we are at least going to this high right here. So I take this entry. Good entry in my opinion. Obviously not A plus plus because like we already skipped out previous day lows and like I don't know, but I was aiming for these highs right here. Um yeah, got break evens and we never went up. We ended up shorting again. Now this is where I not blew my account, but crashed out a little bit. Why? Because I took a loss because after I got break even right here, we inversed this gap and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna go up. I just got stop rated, you know, re-entered, had my stop too tight, got fucked on. Um, wouldn't have been break even, or I would have gotten break even maybe after creating those equal highs, but yeah, that put me into drawdown, and then I was like, oh God, you know, I have to trade something to get back, which I recognize my problem. I recognize I took a loss, and I recognize that I want to make it back so bad, but I shouldn't do it, and I still did it. Um, which reminds me that I'm going to implement some stuff where uh some like discipline stuff because lately I've been letting my mind kind of do what it wants and not exactly taking control. And if I'm thinking about it, really, uh, if I do something that like puts me in control or whatever, then it should translate to trading. Um, I plan on waking up earlier and not snoozing ever. I'm gonna do that for like 21 days, just like 3 weeks. So waking up, not snoozing, taking a cold shower in the morning and also doing like I was thinking of just doing like 100 push-ups in the morning or something. Like 100 push-ups to wake myself up, cold shower, hop on charts. Honestly, after this week is over, I think I might switch to trading pre-market because pre-market is so much cleaner in my opinion. So, yeah, but that's what I'm doing to fix that because that has been a consistent problem and I need to do something about it. And just doing the same thing over and over again is not working. So why would I do that? So I'm switching it. Whoa, voice crack. Anyways, ES is more bearish at this point, right? So we're just looking for what we're gonna do. ES inverses this gap. And honestly, I I like this a lot. Um oh yeah, this is what I blew my count on, right? So I entered right here as ES was down here inverting this gap. I put my stop right here, and that was like my max drawdown was apparently right there. So I oversized just a little bit, and I missed out on this whole entire move that I would have caught. It was like crazy RR too. It was like 5 RR, something like that. So, which I should not have been taken in the first place. So it doesn't even matter if I won it because I don't deserve it in the first place. Um, yeah. So we just shorted a a shit ton. I'm guessing this is like a 15-minute gap tap. Good, good displacement out of it. Retrace, inverse. That's my entry. Stops at these highs. TP at these lows. Yeah. I mean, honestly, after we got this candle right here inverting this gap, I would have probably added as soon as we got into this gap. So that would move my fill down to like here, move my stop closer. And then we got another flip right here, add on again, stops right here, like something like that. And then it would end up being a pretty big trade, I would say, to these lows. Um, that's actually really good. What else? What else? Oh yeah, this gap was my target. So I'm trying to see if there was no entries really for me. Um, maybe I waited for a yeah, if I waited for a tap back into that inverse, stops at these highs, and TP down here. Whoa, that would have been a roller coaster. But that wouldn't have been too bad. Um, I want to see. I think ES probably hit it first. ES was more bearish. Oh, ES didn't even hit it yet. Okay. Well, anyways, a lot of learning from this day. Um, my executions weren't bad. What was wrong with it was re-entering on a time where price action just isn't efficient. Um, Another problem, obviously the discipline aspect, which I will fucking fix. Starting now, but with all the wake up and stuff and showers like that, it'll be starting tomorrow morning. Um, but yeah. And anyways, for my account right now, my plan going into tomorrow, and this will be following my rules, is kind of just like full porting the rest of it on whatever I'm confident with. And if it works, I'll stay in the account. If it doesn't, I'm gonna go on top step because I want access to the 30-second chart. And also it's cheaper for the activation fee because I'm an unprofitable trader and I don't want to be spending 100 on each of them after I keep failing them. 50 is much cheaper. And if I actually end up passing it, then I know I can keep a funded account. Um, like I know for a fact I will get a payout on the funded as soon as I get it, so I don't mind spending the 150 activation. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's it for the day. Overall, even though I'm at max drawdown on my account, number one, eval, I don't give a shit really. Number two, I did not build good habits, which it's not fine. But I will be implementing stuff to help with that. And honestly, well, all right. The good habits part, I've been creating good habits and whatever, but the reason why I don't think it's so bad is just because it is an eval and I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. Not that I'm going to say evals are passed through gambling, but it is it is like you've looked at the markets for long enough where you can probably trade a funded, take two trades and, get winning all of them, even if they're not A plus setups, you know. But I wasn't taking A plus setups, but I was just taking what I think price is going to do, and I don't think that that was a bad thing. It's just that I over leverage, I not sized correctly, and that was my problem. Um, and also it was just a good learning day. Number one, should spend more like on my analysis. I should spend more time uh just like just viewing and finding my bias. If it's obvious, it's obvious, but like I low key missed that we swept the high, we're also in a gap, and we also ran through all these gaps without sweeping any sort of liquidity. So it's kind of implied that we are probably going to go lower, and previous day lows were a good target too. Um, We did have an SMT at this low, which is I think is partially why I thought we were gonna hold it. Because if we are gonna go higher, we're not gonna go to this SMT right here probably. Um, but we were just bearish. Uh, and yeah, that's it for the day. Yeah, not mad, not sad, not happy, just is.